Catherine from Colson, Montana, and I have a foreign policy question for you. I'm particularly interested in the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, and I want to ask you what your policy is on that, what you plan to do, and where you stand.
The Palestinian-Israeli conflict is, I would treat them both friendly and kindly and equally, and I wouldn't favor one side over the other, and I would encourage them to work out their differences. I think the fact that we're there keeps some of these solutions from coming about. I think in spite of the fact that the litmus test for loyalty to Israel is only if we send tens of billions of dollars, many tens of billions of dollars there, and then we try to balance it by sending tens of billions of dollars to the Arabs and promise protection to Saudi and Egypt and all these other places. I want to be friends with people, trade with people, get along with them, but not to give them any money whatsoever.
Hi, Ron. I'm Jim Farley. I spent a lot of time in your district back in the late 60s and early 70s. And I'm born and bred in Texas, but I can tell you one thing. I've lived in Hamilton, Montana for the last 11 years. I've never seen more patriotic, freedom-loving people. And now, I thought I'd never say it, but the greatest state in the Union is the state of Montana. We were proud to support you in your re-election efforts in your congressional seat. Good for you. I have a very grave concern. I'm sure a lot of other people in here too, as small businessmen, seeing what's happening. I guess my notion is that it looks like it's too organized and perpetrated, this complete meltdown systemically of our financial system. We struggle every day with our little group of companies to keep our employees and their jobs. And, you know, it's sad. Last week I had one of our employees didn't have enough gas to get home. The prices, you know, going off the scale. But it looks like this is all so organized for intentional meltdown by the Fed. The question is there any credence to the possibility that this is all intended so we can crash the U.S. dollar? You look at the dollar index, it's just plummeting, so they can introduce the Amero, because every single major event in this country, all the wars, 9/11, they had to create a scare event in this country to get the masses to support implementation of a new program. And Bush is meeting next week in New Orleans with the Mexican and Canadian authorities. The question is this happening?
Well, I'd have to know what's in the minds of each individual, and I can't say for sure, but I do know that it's very intentional that they debase the currency and they control it, and they understand inflation, they know that they benefit by it. Whether they would intentionally collapse it, they have too many benefits when it's going up and the bubble's being blown up and they make all this money. So it's conceivable, but one thing for sure is they probably anticipate and know what the crisis is like. They might be anti-gold and anti-constitution, but they're the kind of people who, when the time comes, they'll probably be in charge of the gold mines or something like that. So there is a lot of power and influence behind it. Okay, thank you very much.
I want to ask a favor, you guys. What we want to do is allow you guys to shake hands, take a few pictures, because we need to stack the chairs over on this side of the room to make room for the people who want to do that. So if you can stack some chairs over here to make some room, Dr. Paul will spend a little bit of time over here on the side of the stage. Shake some hands. Thanks for coming. Vote for Ron Paul in June.